Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order for the meeting of the Board of Education, June 25th, 2025, at 6:30 p.m. in the boardroom of the Administration Building at 70 Conover Road, Colts Neck, New Jersey. Mr. Marasco, can I get a roll call?
Here.
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 Scarpa. Mrs. Volpe.
Here.
Mr. Walsh. Here. You have a quorum.
Great, thank you. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, this meeting has been duly advertised in the Asbury Park Press in a schedule of meetings dated January 16th, 2025, March 4th, 2025, and May 27th, 2025, notice of which has been filed with the Deputy Clerk for Colts Neck Township, and the requirements of posting of notices have been met. If everybody can please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'd like to see if someone could read the mission statement for me. Anybody ready? Mrs. Ramirez, would you like to do it? Thank you.
The mission of the Colts Neck Township Schools is to empower and inspire students to be confident, creative, self-sufficient learners who maximize their strengths and talents and contribute as responsible participants in their ever-expanding world.
Great. Thank you, Mrs. Ramirez. Okay, I want to make a motion to approve the minutes from May 7th and May 21st, if I could have a motion.
Second.
Okay. And if I could get a roll call. Anybody have any questions, I'm sorry, or comments about the minutes? Okay, thank you.
On approval of the minutes, Mrs. Camera,
Yes.
Mr. Rico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez,
I have to abstain from the May 7th meeting minutes as I was not present, but yes to the May 21st meeting minutes.
thank you. Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carried.
Great, thank you. If everybody can take note, we have 4 communications there. I always want to show my appreciation, everybody who contacts us, to know that we take your communication seriously, and we will continue to do so, so thank you for that. I'd like to go right into my president's report at this time. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm excited to report the district website will go live tomorrow. We're very excited about that. June 26th, Mr. Capasso has been working hard to make sure everything is perfect for its launching. So we're looking forward to getting some great feedback on that. I'm sure you'll be touching base on your report too. I'm also proud to report that our Conover Road Elementary School is ranked number 10 out of all the schools in Monmouth County, and number 5 in all of the elementary schools in Monmouth County. So I'm certainly proud to hear that. That's just a fantastic report for us, and I'm sure you're going to be touching base with that too. I wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you to all the teachers and staff who help achieve this goal, and also, most importantly, for our students who always continue to do their very best. So thank you to everybody for that. A few weeks ago, I had met two of our board student liaisons, Kira Herlin and Sophia Boucher, along with Dr. Rigby and Dr. Garibay. We met with the reps from our food service provider, Pontonian, and our liaisons had some great ideas on menu options and food portions. They will be drafting a survey with the help of Dr. Rigby to include feedback from all students. This will be done in September at the beginning of next year, obviously, since we're out for the summer. This feedback will help shape our menu and shed lights on students' favorite lunches and make them frequently available. Our student liaisons have graduated, 3 of them, so we will move forward with adding new student liaisons for the upcoming year. Our student liaisons, just to speak off the cuff on that, since 3 of them graduated, I know the last quarter of the year has been relatively busy, and we were not able to really get the kids involved as much. Dr. Rigby had a full plate, I had a full plate. So starting in September, when we get the new additions, we're going to revisit the liaison program and get back on track with some new ideas for them. Once again, I appreciate all the kids that participate in that program. Moving on, I attended the graduation of Cedar Drive Middle School last Wednesday. Mr. Scarpa was there, Mrs. Camera, and Mr. Walsh. We all attended. It was a lovely ceremony. It was a proud moment for me.
I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm looking around. Mr. Rugnetta, I apologize. Yes. It was a proud moment to be able to address our graduates and to remind our students of their journey over the years in the Colts Neck School District. We are so proud of all their achievements and wish them well as they embark on their new educational journey in their high schools. Lastly, I want to wish all the students, parents, and staff and administration a fantastic summer. I know it's been a hot couple of days, so I hope everybody is staying hydrated, and we're looking forward to a great summer and seeing everybody in September. So that concludes my report. So I'd like to just move forward right into the board liaison reports. I know Mrs. Horowitz is not here. I'm not sure if she reported anything to you. Okay, so we're just going to skip over that. Also, the PTO, I don't believe anything has been going on recently with the PTO as well, being it's the end of the year. Moving on to the Colts Neck Township School newsletter, I'm sure Mrs. Camera has a lot to report.
Not really a lot, but just that the summer edition was sent out today to families around 4:45, so please check your email. It's very lengthy because there was just so much in the end of the year to celebrate. So that's all.
Great, Ms. Camera. Yep, I got a hard copy right here. I just want to let you know, I've said this in prior meetings, this definitely is time-consuming and lengthy to make sure that everything is correct, all this information is correct. And I just want to thank you for always highlighting the best sides of our district, including our board members. I know it takes a lot to do this, so we appreciate all the great highlights. If anybody wants to take one at the end of the meeting, you're more than welcome to, and like she says, it is online. But the hard copy is just so much better to see. You know, she highlighted all these children's, all these great achievements, honor roll, music awards, also the play awards. We honored Mr. Walsh. You know, thank you so much for all your service to the community and for, yeah, yes, and you know, for being a great board member and a great husband. So thank you, Mr. Walsh. Yeah, he's not in the doghouse today. And like I said, thank you very much, Phyllis. This is a fantastic addition, so thank you very much. Okay, moving on to Mr. Regnetta with the Colts Neck Township Arts and Special Extracurricular Activities.
Thank you. Just one thing to report. We're going to the quiet season right now with that. But there's a Cougar basketball camp that's coming up at the Colts Neck High School. They're accepting boys and girls ages 7 through 15. It'll take place on June 30th to July 3rd, so it's coming right up next week, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and the fee is $190. And please go to Colts Neck Sports Foundation.com for more information. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Regnetta. Moving back to Mrs. Camera, Brian's absent, so if you can report out on the Township Committee.
Sure. At the June 11th meeting, a resolution was passed endorsing the fourth round housing element and fair share plan and authorizing and directing submission of the plan to the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program. The Township Committee meeting is scheduled for tonight, same night tonight, June 25th at 7 p.m. At Town Hall. So usually we try to make sure it doesn't overlap with our Board of Education meetings. However, last Wednesday, as Mrs. Volpe reported in her president's report, we had Cedar Drive's middle school graduation. And I'd like to acknowledge and thank Township Committee members Dan Buzetta, Sue Fitzpatrick, and Mike Viola for attending the ceremony, as well as Board of Education members Angelique Volpe, Vinnie Regnetta, Brian Scarpa, Kevin Walsh, and myself.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Camera. Moving on to the Ad Hoc Committee for Affordable Housing. Mr. Scales.
We can lump in this and the Board COA subcommittee as well.
Okay.
Usually, kind of what the last couple weeks and meetings have been for the Ad Hoc Committee has been our work on the COA subcommittee. This is, Ms. Camera had presented, the town passed the fourth round presentation, so we're not sure when the next meeting will be. So I think going forward, we could probably put the COA subcommittee last in this until we get more direction on when there's going to be some more subcommittee meetings. Really, the goal for those meetings going forward now is to make sure that the plan that was passed, once the state gets back to everyone, then we'll see what the next sort of phase is to actually implement and making sure the directives that we had asked for in that plan are actually executed. So I'll have a plan once I actually talk to Mr. Tabia on that. And then Ad Hoc Committee, we'll continue to do our work based off of what is finally approved by the state. So we've made some updates on the website so you can see the second version of what our numbers will be from a tax revenue perspective, and then the updated version of what we think the student impact will be to the district based off of the state's approval of this final round 4. So all of that information is available for the public now, and we've got sort of what we can call finalized numbers and now a really, really accurate target. So since our first work that we started in January up until now, there's been 2 reiterations of it, and now this is the most accurate that I think it'll wind up being. So kudos to everyone involved, and thanks to the town for allowing us to be on that subcommittee, because we were able to provide a voice, and our voice was heard. So.
Okay.
Rod, did they formally accept your fact sheets? Because I think it's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yes.
They didn't include it in the round 4 submittal to the state.
Nope.
Disappointed with the work you've done and trying to reflect the real numbers. And so,
It's all good. Thank
do
you.
they need a formal study
So
to keep them up to date in
We have
their
to- yeah.
decision-making?
we have to see. The study that, I mean, I don't want to waste more money on it, right? Because the study that was made was pretty concrete. But the whole point of this, right, was to make sure that there's an alternative viewpoint, an alternative position on it, so the public can see what sort of we'll call it the scientists and the engineers would see, and then what would the general public and the board members see. So there's a difference between the two. So now we have to figure out what we want to do as a board, and we've got a report last time, and as Mr. Bezzetta said to us during the meeting, the town has agreed to do another study. So it's when we want it, I think is going to be our next phase. I just don't know. If they say they're going to do it, then hopefully they'll foot the bill for it. So, we'll see. It's a conversation we need to have. But yeah, I like your point. Having the numbers not on the actual report was due to, obviously, the alternative position of the state. So we don't have anything on record that's official, so that if there are any attorneys on the other side and there's litigation involved, that they can use it. But we've made it available for the public on the board's websites to see. So I think that's
I think our
that's
contribution
substantial.
as a Board of Education to the ad hoc and the planning board was very meaningful, and we really took notice of the impact on future student enrollment and the tax impact on our town. So it was a missing piece, and Rob, you did a lot of work. Thanks again for that.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Mr. Scales, and I just wanted to, based on the conversations we kind of had preliminarily at the last Cal meeting, I just want to confirm we're holding right now with regard to the board updating its demographic study right now. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. We're
Okay.
going to see,
Okay.
again, if the town, I mean, it's an olive branch, I would say, right, from the town. So if we can get them to pay for it.
We
then
can
by all
expect our
means.
first students in 2026, 2027.
Yeah,
It's right around the
that's
corner.
The one thing that, I mean, I live right near it, and I drive by it every day, and it's almost done. So I'm concerned it's going to be earlier than we anticipate, but what I was originally thinking, and what the original plans were for only a few of the buildings to be built, wait for demand, and then build like the 2-room apartments, the 3-room apartments, but everything that's there now, and I've toured the facility, everything that's there now, there's majority is 1-bedroom. So that's what we're okay with. The study that we have is very accurate. So if anything changes, I don't think they're going to be able to
Do we know if they're
change any
rented?
plans.
Have they pre-signed rentals?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, don't know. It's a good thing for, ask this gentleman to my left here.
Yep. So the township handles all the affordable housing. The affordable housing aspect of the rentals, they range anywhere from $800 a month to very, very low income, all the way up to about $1,900, even like I think reaching like $2,000, $2,100 for the upper affordable housing. Now, I know a majority of them may be 1-bedrooms, but as a real estate agent, I have showed units like this to low-income affordable families. And to be honest with you, even if it's a 1-bedroom, there could be up to, 5, 6, 7 people living in there.
Does the town have an ordinance for how many occupy a certain unit?
Maybe, but the town has a third party that has taken over the responsibilities of vetting the affordable housing. So the town may have ordinances, the third party may not, and even if they do, people can get by that. So if you have a 1-bedroom, there may be like a couple that are living there, but they could be living there with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other kids. Now, that might not be allowed by the township or the county or the state or the federal government, but it happens. It happens, and I have seen it firsthand as a real estate broker.
I think we want to be mindful about not fear-mongering. As a board, we want to make sure that we're stating the facts to the public, right? That's why the public, I think we've heard it before, public comment comes in and they say, we appreciate the back and forth and the facts that we present to the public. So if I could just put that disclosure out there, I think that could potentially, again, worry people when there aren't facts. If no one's even living there yet, I think to make that statement. And my understanding is that that's very illegal. And if that's the case, then things need to be reported to the proper authorities. So yes, can things happen? Of course. But there are standards in place. So a 1-bedroom should not be having more than 2 people living in it. A 2-bedroom should not be having, I don't know if it's 4 or whatever the numbers are, but there are actual legal numbers for how many people are supposed to be living there. So, and again, if there is more than that, then that should be reported.
Okay, and you're 100% correct. However, who in the state of New Jersey is going to report a minority family to the township, to authorities, to this, to that? And who is going to kick that minority family, low-income minority family, might I add, out of the housing there with children? The answer is nobody. So,
I think we cross that bridge when we get there. I think right now it's important for us to be stating facts. No
sure,
one's even
and
living in there yet.
I have lived through it for the past 20 years, and I have represented low-income families in these situations, and all I'm saying is that it happens. And I've showed low-income units, middle-income units, affordable income units, and that is what, as a real estate broker, I have witnessed. So I'm not fear-mongering. I'm just stating an observation as a real estate broker of what I have witnessed.
An alternative viewpoint, right? So that's good. So we've got, so think about it now with those comments, right? It could happen. And now we've got sort of, the first study was really all the algorithms and engineers and all that good stuff, right? So that's sort of the low estimate. Ours is the high estimate, but using the grand, right? That main formula was, let's look at like a real world scenario, the grand, right? We took the grand and we said, all right, they originally thought it was going to be 15 kids in 2025 with the forecast. Right now it's 48, right? So then now we know, then we could leave it to the public to decide sort of the parity between the two. But to your point, we probably should start to at least maybe try to contact the facility and just ask them like, hey, what's the occupancy so far, just so we have a better idea.
And in that scenario, 48 divided by 15, that's 3.2. That's 320% more
Good what?
than what was anticipated.
That's right. And that's why spending more money on the same study, it's like, maybe it'll go up a little bit, because then we could at least push and say, hey, look at the grand now. Now you've got real results between 1991 when the original study was done and 2025. But again, see what I'll bring it back to the town and then see where their stance is. Again, they've asked to do it, and then we could say sure. And then just keep it going. That's all.
I'd like to add to the comments. I appreciate all three of your comments. Not to bring Howell Township into this, but I have a few rentals in Howell Township, and this past year, all the rental landlord laws have changed because there are people overcrowding units. It is happening, and my units have been inspected 3 times over the past month. The rates have all been, raised. I pay $250 now, and every year, it used to be like one renter would come in, I would lease it to whoever. Right now I have a lady and a 20-year-old living there. Now every year they're coming in, whether she's a 4-year lease or not, and they have to check the rental. So because there are, whether it's illegals, I don't want to focus just on illegals, but it happens with anybody, that people, my unit, I'm only allowed to have 3 people in it. So in Howell, there has been a lot of illegal activity going on in the housing market, and I'm hoping that our Township Committee follow suit. I hate paying all these extra fees and inspections. I'm getting killed left and right, but what's fair is I have to pay, yeah.
The landlord has to pay for those.
I pay for everything, and every single thing, they come in every single year, and they make up more things I have to pass. Meanwhile, I've had these units for over 20 years, and now they're just cracking down, and it's all because of the illegal issues with housing, too many people in there. So, and I do agree with you, Jess, we don't want to fearmonger, but it's happening to me firsthand in Howell, and I'm getting killed left and right. So I'm assuming it could happen in Colts next. So if you want to raise that at the affordable housing meeting, Mr. Walsh, just let them know Howell is really cracking down. All the laws went into place January of 2025 with the new fines and everything.
And it most likely will. And one of the biggest issues is that the tenants have way more rights than the landlords do in this state.
Yes, they
So the
absolutely do.
landlords are beholden to the tenants. The tenants know this, so they take complete advantage of the system. And good luck trying to kick out an affordable housing family once they are in a unit, whether it's a one-bedroom, a loft, a two-bedroom, three-bedroom, four-bedroom, it does not matter.
Well, these units that I deal with, they're not affordable housing. What's happening in Howell, regular people renting
Regular
their
units,
homes.
right,
It's
right.
not even affordable housing. Now, we're not even talking about that, and they're doing it. So I could just imagine affordable housing, what's going on.
So the tenants' rights with affordable housing is above and beyond the landlords, and the regular units that are out there, the tenants still have it over on the landlords. Not as much as the affordable housing, but that leaves something to
All
say.
right. Well, like I said, Mr. Scales and Mr. Walsh, if you can, touch base and see, moving
Yep.
forward, how they're going to address those
I have to
issues.
keep pushing,
Yep.
keep leading it. We'll see. Thank you.
All right, thank you
That's it
all.
for us.
I just have one more
Moving
thing.
on, we're going to, oh, I'm
one more
sorry.
thing, Dr. Gay, right, that the school wouldn't keep track of that. Like if they have 3 kids in a one-bedroom apartment coming to the school, the school wouldn't keep track of that and alert whatever authorities they'd have to alert. School doesn't do that, correct? Or do they?
The school is a mandatory reporting. I mean, but for something with housing, with regard to that, unless it alleged or there was some kind of incident of, that would mandate reporting of some type of incident involving the children, then the answer is no.
Thank you.
All right, great. Moving on to the Colts Neck Township seniors, Mr. Walsh.
Okay, July 10th, seniors are going on a river cruise in Brielle, River Queen. July 30th, Steel Magnolias play at Bell Works, a little pizza party. September 16th is an Intrepid Museum tour, New York City. And October 6th through the 8th, the seniors are going on an overnight trip to Pennsylvania. They had their meetings the first Wednesday of every month at the Colts Neck Inn. Everybody's invited, 55 and over.
Did you find out if I can attend? I know I saw Frank. What's that? Oh, okay. All right, thank you for that heads up. Okay, moving on, Mrs. Ramirez, if you could touch base with the Naval Weapons Station Earl.
Nothing new to report. As we stated last meeting, and for anyone who didn't hear, there are some things that are in the works. So when we have more details about some of those projects, we'll be sure to report out.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, lastly, the state and county school boards. I have quite a bit. June 25th, okay, the Spring Law Firm is coming up June 26th. They'll be at 8:30 in the Doubletree Hilton in Monroe Township. Excuse me. The fee is $299. We also have the last chance to nominate a school board member. I had covered this at the last meeting. It's a last chance to nominate a school board member for the 25-26 school year. July 1st at 4:30 is the deadline. The winner will be announced at the New Jersey School Board Workshop in October in Atlantic City. The nominees, which we covered here, must have 5 consecutive years of service and hold the NJ School Board Association Certificate Board Member designation. Moving on, the New Jersey School Boards will start a 4-day work week beginning Friday, June 27th, and run through August 29th. So their offices will be closed on Friday, just in case if anybody has to contact them for any information. Atlantic City, the workshop, the early bird special is ending June 30th, the special early bird registration. So if anybody is interested, I think we received an email from Mrs. Simone reminding us. And DeMayo, I'm sorry, yes, so extend our thank you for reminding us to do that. Is anybody planning to go from here? Okay, all right. The final call to nominate your district's superhero for the New Jersey School Board Association's Unsung Superheroes in Education Awards. Nominations are due June 30th. This is great. These are nominations, for a staff member that does not get recognition, normally, like not a teacher or administration, but instead like bus drivers, food service workers, nurses, police security. So if anybody would like to nominate one of those folks, that would be nice. The winners would also be recognized at the New Jersey School Board Conference in Atlantic City. Lastly, I just want to thank our New Jersey School Board Representative Tim Tehan. He's been working with Mrs. Ramirez, helping us with our superintendent evaluation. He was supplying us with instructional videos on the evaluation process. And Jessica and Mr. Tehan were sure to make sure they shared anything and make sure that we're well of how the system runs and how to get it completed. So thank you both for working with us to finish that. And that concludes that report. All right, moving on. I'd like to have the superintendent's report. Mary Jane.
Thank you. A lot was covered. We've gone through a lot, so I know that I don't want to be repetitive, but I just want to thank everyone with regard to the staff, students, administration, families, parents, for the close of the 24-25 school year. Most importantly, I want to thank our students, right? 181 days is a long time, especially for kiddos. And kids don't start in the same place that they finish. And the growth and support and everything that they go through on a daily basis, everyone sitting at this dais is a part of that. The conversations that go on at home and things like that. And so thank everyone, our teachers, students, staff, Board of Education members, and parents especially as well for, mornings in winter are cold and dark, there's a point, and running around, it's not easy. And we just want to thank everyone for a very successful and supportive year and looking forward. Mrs. Volpe mentioned the highlight of Conner Road Elementary School, and I want to congratulate Mr. Osmond, Mrs. Milano, the teachers, there's the staff, the students, Dr. Reynolds, everyone who has worked so hard to really focus in on data-driven decision, curriculum design, tweaking resources, all of the things that are supported to really hone in on independent student growth, because that small group instruction, what we're doing to monitor student progress is demonstrating success in our students, and that's the most important thing. That's what we want. It's systemic, right? It takes time to make those changes, but it's good, and we're really proud of them. So congratulations to that. And the middle school will be next, right? We're getting there with it. That's the other part of it as well. So excited to see what's yet to come, but just thanking everyone for all their hard work. It makes as if just to give me another reason to be proud of what we do here. I also want to just commemorate and just really celebrate the Cedar Drive Middle School graduation. The students speakers were phenomenal. I think it's a very unique approach that we take to our graduation, to have students speak at even the 8th grade level and introduce them, and that opportunity to be impressed. And they were so eloquent and so well spoken. It was really so impressive. So just thanking everyone for that. I just want to point out on this evening's agenda, there are 10 action items, and some of them, one of which is the Comprehensive Equity Plan, which is a requirement by the State Department of Education. I want to thank Dr. Beck and the members of that team who go through that process on a semi-annual but required 3-year process to be able to go through all of the board's policies, the practices that we have here to ensure that we are in compliance with state mandates regarding our Comprehensive Equity Plan. So kudos and thanks to everyone for all of their input in that. And then I also have the Violence, Vandalism, and HIB report, which is attachment S2 underneath our action items, which is the first half of this school year. So if you think of it in terms of that, we're always 6 months behind reporting. When things are closed out, the things that are in the information items, every agenda, those are monitored, tracked, and so we'll have this year, in next year, about December, we will report on the prior 6 months about that time when we go forward. So we're always 6 months back reporting. And that concludes my superintendent's report.
Great, excellent.
Wait, I'm sorry. I lied for a second. I also wanted to just point out, we have Kathy Jasinski, one of our instructional assistants who we are accepting our retirement for. She's been an instructional assistant in our district for 10.5 years. And we want to congratulate her on her retirement and wish her nothing but the health and happiness in her retirement on behalf of the district. She's been an invaluable asset to the students here, and we're going to miss her. So congratulations to Mrs. Jasinski. That now concludes.
Great, all right, great. All wonderful,
Superintendent's
all
report.
wonderful things. Yeah, great. Okay, moving on, I'd like to take note of the 3 information items listed there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Once everybody looks at that, we're going to go right into our comments from the public. If anybody would like to come up today and share a thought or a question, you're welcome to do so. Just state your name and address for the record. Sure, yeah. Welcome back. Just hold it down for like 2 seconds. There you go.
Lisa, 73 Mercer Road. In regards to the affordable housing I've been attending, most of the town meetings and the affordable housing planning meetings, which just happened recently. So the last thing that we were told, this woman, her name is Beth, I don't know her last name. Yes, she comes down from the state. She's the person who speaks about the affordable housing and exactly what we have to do. And she gives the entire presentation. So for round 4, something different happened. I don't know, I'm not on the same page with you guys. We submitted something called an adjustable duration. Yes, so, and something just passed for the state of New Jersey that we don't have to do the same thing that we've been doing with affordable housing, which is submitting the plan anymore. Do you know of that? It just changed, which is really good. And they're promising us, our town is promising us that the next round, we're not going to put a shovel in the ground. They're really promising us. And, you know, with the voting and new people hopefully coming onto the board, they'll be fighting for the residents of Colts Neck.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not too, you know,
just to
I
let you know.
appreciate the feedback you received, but with the way the Mount Laurel law is in place right now, there's really hardly anything, no matter what people say, is going to basically stop that, in my opinion. You know, I'm prepared to get more thrown our way. Hopefully, hopefully
Well, the
there's,
thing with Colts Neck, they talked about it in such detail because, and they compared it to Deal, because Deal is not, they don't have to do anything with affordable housing, because we do not have good water here. It's all really based, forget about the traffic and how many children are going to come to school, but our water, they're putting something in because they were not able to get the water from Freehold. They ruled against it, so they're putting in this aquifer that they've never used before. Basically, it's like experimental, so they don't know what's going to happen. And if we have a backup, because all of our drinking water comes from Swimming River, and all of our wells will be poisoned if something happens. We don't know what's going to happen. I think that's the biggest problem of it all, is our water. So that's what the durational adjustment is all about, because we don't have sufficient land to build on and water. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
great, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah.
Lisa.
I can
Thank you.
shed light on it. So round 4, it's 101 units is what they submitted. And the durational adjustment, what it means is like to exactly what you said. Colts Neck has been deemed, we don't have developable land because of sewer and water. So that's what the durational adjustment is. We've satisfied round 3. So Levana was round 3. So round 4 is 101 units. But to your point, what Colts Neck has you know, I won't say banked on for years and years and years is we just don't have the water and sewer to do it. But we have a $2 million bond. So what we had to put up was a $2 million bond. So the courts got angry and said, you've been delaying. So this $2 million bond now sits, and that's there. And if a developer comes in and we don't follow the rules, like submitting the reports, like you said, but it just got changed. So that's why we did submit a round 4. The developer can then go in and use, and the town gives them that $2 million to develop for sewer and water. So if you think about all the properties on the outskirts of town, those are sort of the targets that you have to look for, and then that's it. So those are the only ones that can technically be developed, but we've got the durational adjustment, so we've satisfied for now. So like you said, 10 years, we're okay.
However, caveat, if the developer wants to build infrastructure for that project, they can, and we may be obligated to build units under round 4. So never say never.
Great, thank you. Anybody else like to get up and share comments, questions, or? No? All right, let's close public comment. We'll move right into the action items. If I can get a motion to move the first bunch of action items, 1 through 4? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I did have it, yeah, 1 through 10.
Motion.
Second.
Great, anybody have any questions or comments on those?
Just one question, on number 5,
Number 5.
school year out-of-district placements. So I'm familiar with the other institutions, what they're for, but for something like Howell at 43,000 and Millstone at 34,000, is that the same type of placement that these other schools are, or is that alternative placement for those public school districts?
So if you'll see that there's 2 public schools on there. The first one is a public school, right? And that means that they have a program established that is suitable for a student placement, and that's where that comes in.
So it's similar to the other.
It is similar. It's
I
program-based.
thought they were charging us 34.
It's program-based. Well,
Yeah.
in essence, that is the tuition fee.
Yeah,
So
but
for
it's
that, but it's for,
a
correct,
alternative educate, that's
correct.
not.
I have a question. We're known for great special needs education and support. Are other districts send their students to our?
Yes, we do have, yes,
Similarly, we see on this sheet?
yes. Not to, these are individual,
Right.
because they're associated with the student number,
There
they're
are other
individual
districts,
placements.
Towns that would send their students to our township.
Correct. When we take a non-resident, student with disability contract,
Do we
tuition
currently
contract,
have any students now under outside tuition?
yes.
We do.
Yes.
Just want to give kudos to our special needs education. It's fantastic. That's why people move to Colts now.
Yeah, I think that's a great highlight. When you look at that, public schools have a decision, as we all go through, sometimes you look at the program, the need of the child, but it's really about what the best placement is. And sometimes for school districts, it's saying, well, if there's already a well-established program here or fitting the needs, or if a child has significant needs that are best met outside of the school environment, that's something that the school district and the parent work collaboratively on to make a recommendation for the most appropriate placement. Yep.
Great. Anybody else want to add anything? Okay, great. Let's have a roll call then for items 1 through 10.
Superintendent action items. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mr. Arico.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Regnano.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carried.
Okay, great. Under buildings and grounds, if I can get a motion to move items 1 and 2.
Motion?
Second.
Give it to Mr. Walsh and Jason.
Okay, great. Any comments on those 2 items?
Number 2 for contract awarding for the Cedar Drive Middle School paving. We have a great collaboration with cooperative agreement with Monmouth County Department of Transportation. Saying that right? Saving us a ton of money, I'll put it that way. A partnership with county and project.
Shared service
Shared
agreement.
services, thank you.
Yep, just a comment for, just number 1, like, I had a question, when the architect was here, if you recall, I was asking about, like, materials and equipment, if they had to be American-made, because there's a law that they have to be American-made, right? So there's no, we're not dealing with tariffs. But for like an HVAC unit, for example, do we know if that has to be? Because I've seen, we do have foreign HVAC units on the middle school. So do we know, do we have to follow same guidelines where it has to be an American product, or?
I don't
No?
think, no, not with the HVAC.
Yeah? So it can be, because they're,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it was part of the
not with the HVAC.
specifications.
Yeah.
We can find out. I mean,
Yeah,
we can
just if
find
there's
out.
any
I'm
sort
not
of,
uncertain.
like-
It's fine,
like,
yeah. We can
rebates,
confirm
or
that.
if there's any sort of tax credits we get for using American-made products versus international.
We can certainly ask that.
All right, great. Any other comments on those two buildings and grounds items? All right, if we could have a roll call.
Okay, Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez,
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
and Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Okay, great. Moving on to curriculum, I need a motion to move items 1 through 5. 1 through 5.
Motion.
Second.
Any comments on 1 through 5?
I do. On the thin slicing, that's number 3 under curriculum. So I was really excited to see that. Just to explain, it's really just taking these complex problems and breaking them down for students into like small, manageable steps. And it comes from these like building thinking classrooms with like vertical learning. There's different principles of it, and it's something I was trained in, and it's excellent. So it was very exciting for me to see. Just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Camera. Anybody else like to comment on anything? All right, roll call on those items.
Curriculum and instruction items 1 through 5. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
thank you. Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez,
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passed.
Okay, great. Moving on to finance, we have quite a bit here. I'd like to get a motion to move items 1 through 28 under finance. If anybody wants to take a minute to just look over that real quick, if you haven't. I'd like to make a comment about number 8 and 9. I just want to thank these two security guards. They will be working during the summer here for our summer session. I know both of them, and I just want to say we appreciate their service and care for our students. They're both fantastic guys, and we really appreciate having them on staff. So thank you to Pat and Aldo.
Fan favorites for sure.
Yes, they're very, very nice guys, and every time I drop my daughter off at these schools, I just know between them and the police officers, I always have a sense of calm when I drop my kids here, when I drop my daughter here. All right, moving on, let's get a roll call for those items.
I don't think, do we make a motion? I don't think.
Oh, I'm sorry, motion. Yeah, go ahead.
So if in looking at, to answer your question, and when you were asking that question, number 10 is a perfect example of the question you asked regarding out-of-district students who pay for program services here. Yeah.
So that's
Wow, that's a lot of
inbound?
money.
Yep. Okay.
So that takes care of the two that you were worried about in Howell and Millstone. All right, great. A motion, I'm sorry, did I miss that? I forgot already.
Motion.
Thank you, Jess.
Jessica. Is there a second?
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Okay, finance items 1 through 28. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Great, thank you. We have one item under policy. If I could get a motion to move that one item.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Any questions on that attachment P1? Okay, we can get a roll call.
Policy, Mrs. Camera,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez,
Yes.
Mr. Regnetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Great, thank you. Nothing under negotiations or, and we have, let me see, 1 through 3 under transportation. If I could get a motion to move those 3 items.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Just number 2, that's Marlboro using our school buses?
Yes. So as part of the budget process, Mr. Marasco works with our transportation coordinator to coordinate jointers that go on, and those are for middle school runs. So that is revenue to the district that we seek out in partnership for the utilization of our buses, just because of the tiered busing schedules. So we're always looking at opportunities to do that and availability. Mr. Marasco also worked with Mrs. Thank you, Orozco, my apologies, to be able to look at bringing back some of the runs and offering, we're exploring offering private school out-of-district runs ourselves and maintaining some of that cost and actually generating revenue through that as well.
Versus the-
Yes, correct, through jointers in that way. So that's, we're in that exploration range for next year as well. Yeah.
Very efficient. So that's essentially that is the another pro to owning our own school buses. Yes.
Dr. Garabay, how are we looking on our, with that being said, how are we looking on our fleet right now? Is nothing, no issues with the fleet or anything wrong with the buses right now? Anything that we have to replace a bus or anything like that soon? That's why we need this money?
If I may, I'm going to defer to Mr. Marasco to that. More.
We have a superior fleet. 13 or so vehicles. If you recall, we benefited from
Practicing that
utilizing
line.
stabilization aid in 23-24. We purchased 4 brand-new vehicles. So we have a stellar team that, does their regular maintenance on them. Every year, I think, we pass with flying colors when we have our Division of Motor Vehicle inspections. So we are.
Never seen you get excited.
Okay.
Vinny, that's because we have bulletproof doors and windows on the buses, which is much needed nowadays.
To expand on that, we're excited because we're at a point where we are replacing, if you recall, it was part of the budget discussion, the two-way communications with the buses. So we'll be following through on that this year, and we'll be all set for September. That's an exciting time.
And to answer, we have, our transportation coordinator works with Mr. Marasco for a cycling. There's a certain amount of time that buses have to be retired. So we try to anticipate that and build it into the budget cycle. Sometimes we're able to buy them outright. Sometimes it's financially beneficial to lease them and wrap them into other big things that are going to the district. It depends on how the outcome of, the financial resources are regarding our revenues for the year as well as our anticipated expenditures. So that's something that when we applied and brought in the stabilization aid last year, we were able to capture 4 vehicles through this stabilization aid, which was huge for our district, which was huge. So, but they're also on a time cycle. So we always want to be anticipating 12 years. Mm-hmm.
That you're permitted to keep that school bus on the road, typical for a 54-passenger.
And the cost of our upkeep and the cost for the mechanics are definitely outweigh what we make from it.
The costs outweigh
What we we're making from giving it to Marlboro or.
Oh, in that situation, yes.
Okay.
It's a win-win. Marlboro's getting their route served for a cheaper cost than it would if they had to subcontract it out through a agency, let's say. So the state is very pro approving these jointures between districts. So that's what transportation coordinators do all year long, is talking to other
They'll look for
districts,
those.
other schools, trying to see how many, what's available on this run, or I picked up a new student that has to go to a special ed school out in, Millstone or something. What do you have, what kind of routes? So that's always being explored for cost efficiency.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Great, so two fantastic words, superior and stellar,
Stellar.
that I love to hear in our district, superior.
Just needed the
Okay.
hands, the best buses we've ever seen.
All right, let's get a roll call. Let's get a roll call on those three items, please.
Okay. Yes, transportation, Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes,
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
The motion carried.
great, thank you. Okay, moving on to personnel, this is quite lengthy. If I could get a motion to move items 1 through 24. 1 through 24, please take your time. If anybody wants to scan through that once again, could do so. Just give me 1 second. Anybody have questions or comments? I had a question on the substitute teachers here. Now, these here, do they have any degrees? Like, when we choose these and we interview for this position, what are the requirements for the substitutes?
It's a good question. So there's the state requires you to have at least a county substitute certificate, which is a minimal amount of credits, which I want to say is 60. So you have to have like an associate's degree in order to be able to be a substitute. Some of our substitutes have bachelor's degrees, some have advanced degrees, and they're just looking to full-time, where others are certified teachers who are looking to break into the field or whatnot. Depending upon the length, a daily sub requires a county substitute certificate, so that associate's degree. But if you're doing anything beyond 20 days in a certification, you have to have a certified teacher. So we look for teachers that are able, substitutes with certified teachers who are going to be in the classroom beyond 20 days to be a certified teacher.
What if, when you say 20 days, that's for like a medical leave, but
20 consecutive days.
Oh,
Yep,
consecutive days,
So I'm sorry, I
okay.
should have been more clear.
Yeah.
20 consecutive days in the same.
Okay. Because I was going to say, people, if a teacher gets sick and they call out and there's 20 days over the course of the year, so
No,
it's consecutive.
it's
that's how they get
consecutive,
it.
correct, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
great. I wasn't sure how we did that, what
Yeah.
the protocol was.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else have any questions about all of the personnel? Okay, we'll get a roll call. Yep, one, two. Yep.
I don't know if we had
You didn't get a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could I get a motion to move?
Motion.
Sorry, that was so lengthy, I forgot where it was.
Second.
Okay, great, and a roll call at this time.
Thank you. Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passed. Motion passed.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry, I was talking to her. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Marasco. Okay, moving on, we have our last public comment section. Once again, if anybody wants to get up again and add anything to the meeting, you could do so. Just state your name and address for the record. Okay, all right, nothing at this time. We'll close public comment. Anybody have any new business they'd like to? Mrs. Cameron?
So I just wanted to congratulate Colts Neck High School and the Freehold Regional High School, class of 2025. Their graduation is tonight. That's where Mr. Scarpa is. And just, wish all these kids the best as they take on new adventures, they chase their dreams, they make their mark on the world. It's just exciting for them. So a lot of
That's awesome,
our
yeah.
previous students are
Yes.
graduating, so it's very exciting.
It is exciting. It's awesome to see. Yeah, it's kind of sad for the parents. They'll be going to college, though. Oh, I dread that moment. Anybody else? Yeah, anybody else want to add anything? Nope. I just want to add a quick thing. Due to the heightened tensions around the world going on, I just want to ask everybody to pray for our military. I get so emotional about it, but just pray for their safety going forward, okay? All right. We are going to move into executive session at this time. No action will be taken. Live stream will be ended at this time, and we will not go back. Yep.
Please tell the subject matter.
Oh, I'm sorry, yep. It's an individual privacy issue.
About,
Oh, okay, you didn't put that on there. So this is my sheet.
right on.
Oh, it's on there. Oh, okay. It's a confidential issue with the superintendent evaluation for the 2024-25 school year. Yeah, superintendent evaluation. Our military gets me all choked up every time, so, all right, thank you. So if I could get a motion to move into executive session at this time. About 30 minutes? I'd say 30 minutes.
No, five.
35 minutes. Thank you, Jason.
Heard motion by
5
Nancy
minutes.
Rodriguez.
Motion.
Second?
Second for 5 minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Great. Thank you, everybody.